All right, this is Mike, folks, and we're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. I'm the vice chair. Jim Muniz is not present as chair, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We go ahead and start with the roll call.
Carol Kriska on Zoom.
Present.
Mike Folks.
Here.
Jim Neese is not here yet. Brian Lewinberg.
Present.
Mark Crumbaker.
Here.
Kathleen Wilmauer is absent. And Melissa Morris is absent. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Technically, I'm supposed to give a statement for the hybrid in-person virtual meeting, but I don't have anything. I don't have any directions for that. So if somebody else wants to do it or help me to.
And do we need to read that there are no public attendees on Zoom? Just FYI.
It wouldn't hurt to read it, I think, just in case, frankly.
Okay, you want me to go ahead and read the statement?
You got it, or if Sherry wants to read it.
Okay, if you're using Zoom, you may participate in a meeting by using your computer, telephone, or other electronic device. For Zoom participants, chat will be disabled once the meeting begins. And if you have trouble, please call 913-715-1700. If you would like to speak, please use the raise your hand function on the Zoom app to notify planning staff of your desire to speak. To activate this function, click raise hand in the webinar controls at the bottom of the screen. By telephone, you may raise your hand by dialing star nine. Please do not utilize the raise the hand function until the start of the agenda items, which you desire to comment. We'll make comments from in-person attendees first, followed by Zoom participants. The Zoom monitor will call the individuals who have raised their hand. The chairman may modify these procedures as needed to conduct an orderly and efficient meeting. All public speakers will be limited to 3 minutes unless the chair designates a different time period in order to accommodate all speakers. When your name is called by the moderator, your microphone will be unmuted. Please state your name and address for the record, followed by your comments. If you share concerns, comments, or points made by others, please refrain from repeating those comments and instead note for the record that you agree with the previous individual's comments. There will be a 10-second remaining warning sound. Please state your board members and presenters, please state your name every time you begin talking so the comments can be transcribed for the record. This is a public meeting and we are presenting live and recording the meetings.
Mr. Chair, make note that Melissa Morris joined at 6:37 by Zoom.
Yeah, please note Melissa Morris joined the meeting at 6:35. Are there additions, deletions, or revisions to the approved agenda? Hearing none, we'll go ahead with the agenda as presented. Are there any disclosures of conflicts of interest? Hearing none, disclosures of external contacts or discussions? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and
Wait for the chairman.
take a look at the approval of the minutes for the last meeting. Anybody would make a motion to approve those?
Mark Crumbaker, I will make a motion to approve the minutes from last time.
Brian Lewinberg.
We've got a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting. And a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Please note Chair Jim Neese has joined the meeting. And he can take over. Unless you want me to continue.
All right, just, let me, I won't tell anybody what just happened. You just did the minutes, approval of minutes. Board of County Commissioners action, please.
Approve the minutes.
Good evening, Sean Penley, County Planning Staff. There are no updates as regular Board of County Commissioners actions, so we could move right into the update regarding zoning board consolidation.
Mr. Chairman, Jay Leipzig, Planning Director. I wanted to let everybody know, as you notice, we don't have any applications on for review tonight, but I did want to give a very brief update to this board in regard to recent actions by the Board of County Commissioners in regard to possible consolidation of some of our zoning boards. Our district representative, Shirley Allenbrand, and the chairman had a preliminary meeting a few months ago, and in further discussion and meeting with staff, we had a committee of the whole before which is a meeting of the Board of County Commissioners on April 27th, 2023. And the recommendations during that committee of the whole was to consolidate our Northwest Zoning Board and our Southwest Zoning Board together. As you know, this zoning board is not met on a regular basis. We've had, I think you've met 6 times or 5 times in the last year. So this zoning board is not met very often, and especially with the new annexation from the city of DeSoto for the former Sunflower property, we thought it made sense to consolidate the Northwest Zoning Board and the Southwest Zoning Board together. So I'll go through just a couple of these preliminary slides that were discussed before the BOCC on April 27th. And all of these are available on the county's website as well, so for additional information. But looking at recommending a 7-member board whose jurisdictions include the townships of Lexington, McCamish, Gardner, and part of Olathe Township lying north of 143rd Street. And then the Southeast Zoning Board would change its name to the East Consolidated Zoning Board. And we would have, so the combination of the Northwest Zoning Board and the Southwest Zoning Board would become the West Consolidated Zoning Board. So basically we're down to 2 zoning boards. I think we consolidated down to 3 zoning boards about, I believe it was 2017 when that happened, when we combined Aubrey Oxford and the South Central Zoning Board to become the Southeast. So we're proposing as 2 zoning boards, 7 members each. And the nomination process for the West Consolidated Zoning Board. So as I said, 7 members, 4 members would be nominated by the 6th District Commissioner, and then 3 members would be nominated by the chair for this zoning board. The East Consolidated Zoning Board would be comprised of 7 members. We would have 4 members comprised of the 3rd District Commissioner, Commissioner O'Hara, and then the chair would nominate 3 members. Elected township trustees will no longer have the right of first refusal. However, they may be nominated. This board already does that. I think it's just the Southwest Zoning Board that still has the township trustees on that as part of the board membership. There's also a changes to the nomination process for the Planning Commission. Planning Commission recommending to retain 12 members on the Planning Commission. And 2 of those members would be appointed by the 1st District Commissioner and the 4th District Commissioner, 1 nomination each from a city. And then there'd also be 2 nominations from the 2nd District and the 5th District, and 1 nomination each from an unincorporated area. And so there would be 3 nominees from the 6th District, 1 from the new West Consolidated Zoning Board, or this new zoning board, and 2 nominees from the unincorporated area. And then there would also be 3 nominees from the 3rd District, 1 from the new East Consolidated Zoning Board, and 2 nominees from the unincorporated area. And then the chair would nominate 1 person from the unincorporated area and 1 nominee from the city. So you'd have 12 members on the Planning Commission, 9 members in the unincorporated area, 3 members from the city. So I wanted to pass that information along to you that was discussed at the committee of the whole. The board directed staff to proceed with having a public hearing before the Board of County Commissioners on June 15th. And so we have published that date, and we're moving forward with a hearing on that date, June 15th. In terms of what the board, the final recommendation, I don't know what that will be yet, but if you're able to tune in on that day, I would certainly would welcome that. There'll be additional discussion after that meeting in terms of when the next meeting date would be and the nomination process at that time. So I probably have more unanswered questions than questions for you, but I can I'd be happy to take any additional questions you might have. But that's the information that we have until this point, that the hearing will be held on June 15th. Yes, Commissioner.
Okay, Jim Neese. So, you gave an overall number. Let's back down and see how that would affect the unincorporated areas that we're in now. We're consolidating the two western districts. So go over that real slow for
It
me.
would be, sure. And this is, let me grab that slide here. So the 7-member board for the new West Consolidated Zoning Board,
Okay,
you'd have, set total of 7 members, 4 members from the 6 that would be appointed from the 6th District Commissioner, Commissioner Allen Brand, and 3 members would be appointed by the chair,
By the-
all in the
by the
unincorporated
county,
area.
by the county chairman.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And then the East Consolidated Zoning Board is essentially the same thing with the 3rd District Commissioner nominating 4 members and the chair nominating 3
Okay.
members.
So then go over the planning commission,
Yes.
please.
And the planning commission then would have
12 members,
12 members, 9 members in the unincorporated area
9 members from the incorporated area.
and 3 members from the incorporated area or from the cities.
So then break down how the 9 members are going to be appointed, please.
The 9 members would be, so there would be 2 members from nominated by the 1st District Commissioner and the 4th District Commissioner. That's 1 nominee each from the city. So 2 from the city. Okay.
So you've got 2, so 2, 2 and 1, 5 of the, say that again,
No, there's two commissioners.
each get 2?
No, Commissioner Fast would nominate, or the 1st District Commissioner would nominate 1 and the 4th District Commissioner would nominate 1
Okay,
and the chair would nominate 1 from the city. So there's your 3.
and then 6 from,
No, it'd be one person from each. 1 person from the 1st District and 1 person from the 4th District, and the chair would nominate 1 from the city. So those are 3 from within the city areas. Then you have 9 in the unincorporated areas.
okay, that's what I was.
Yeah, sorry, Jim. I'm probably making it more confusing than it is.
9 from the, those 9 are chosen by,
They would be nominated. They would fill out an application, just the same process we have now, fill the application. And that would be selected, nominated. It would go to the district commissioner and then voted on by the Board of County Commissioners.
so the district commissioner of those 9, there's an application. The application would go, and who would review the 9?
The 9 would be selected by right here, Sean, would be you're the chairman, would be all voted on by the Board of County Commissioners.
I understand, but who's going to appoint the 9? I guess, am I,
Yeah, I could answer it, Mr. Neese. Yeah, Sean Penley. So the 9 from the unincorporated area would be
Right.
nominated by a combination of the 3rd District and 6th District Commissioner. So you basically have 3 from each and then 2 from the chair. So those
2 from the chair?
Yeah.
Oh,
three from each of the
two.
district commissioner, 2 from the chair, from the.
Well, the county, for our county commissioner would in effect appoint 3 people.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Members of the board, this is really the reason we wanted to have the meeting tonight. I know that we could have done it through an email, but I wanted to meet with you just so you kind of hear it from us if you do have any further questions. And this material will all be on the county's website. And as we move forward to that date, June 15th, we'll certainly, all of those materials will be available. If there's other questions and any other additional information that we have, we'll certainly put it out there for the public to see as well. So I don't have a lot of answers except that that was the recommendation and that we have set the hearing date and there will be some additional discussion at the hearing as well.
Well, does that also encompass the planning commission actions? That's the next thing on the agenda? Sean,
Yeah, we still have an update on the
Okay.
planning commission actions.
any other questions regarding that? Okay, Sean.
Looks like, Mr. Crumbaker might have a question. Oh. The other thing I would note, Mr. Chairman, Sean Penley again. As Jay mentioned, there will be the public hearing on June 15th regarding this consolidation. So the details at that time will be determined. And we also don't know yet an effective date for when this consolidate. So if the board does elect to consolidate the Northwest and Southwest zoning boards, we don't yet have an effective date for when that will take place. There may still be, at this time, this board is still in effect. We may still have applications that come forward in the next month or so that would still be on schedule. So there are some logistical things that would need to be updated. So even if the board elects to consolidate the Northwest and Southwest zoning board and create the new West zoning board, there's still gonna be some transition time to get that ready to, of course, appoint new members, have the BOCCS select those members, and then for us to get our calendars revised accordingly. So we're not yet sure when the effective date
Is
is.
it-
We do want to ensure.
Jim Neeson, is that both are the two gonna happen simultaneously, or are they gonna be independent?
They will be, Commissioner Neese, Jay Leipzig, my understanding they'll probably happen simultaneously.
Okay,
And we'll make sure it's orderly of a process as we possibly can make it. We're still kind of planning out what that might look like in terms of a schedule, but we certainly want it to be as.
Jim Neeson, what's your anticipated time frame on that? I know you've got anticipated time frame. What do you think?
I think if we have the hearing scheduled June 15th, I would hope that by August, we'd have the process complete, August or September. Now that might be somewhat ambitious. I don't know. I'm just guessing, frankly.
Okay, that's good. Sean, do you have anything else on the planning commission actions?
Yes,
Excuse me.
Like,
Another question.
when does the Southwest board meet?
the Southwest zoning board meets next Wednesday.
And, okay, so they don't meet on the same day we meet. We meet on Mondays, they meet on Wednesdays.
Right.
What about the time?
Yeah, that's something those are those logistical issues that staff talked about. We will need to decide what's going to be the new meeting date for this. If it is consolidated and we have a new zoning board, what day will it be meeting? We haven't decided those details yet. But currently the Southwest zoning board meets on the fourth Wednesdays of the month. And so we have a meeting coming up next Wednesday. We'll have the same discussion with that board next Wednesday.
Do they also meet at 6:30?
They also meet at
Okay.
6:30.
Commissioner folks, I would say on between Monday and Wednesday, frankly, the Wednesday date works better because it doesn't interfere with holidays. Oftentimes, or Mondays will have holidays occasionally. But that's just something we'll have to further discussion on that too.
Okay, would you like me to proceed with the planning commission actions? So we had a meeting scheduled in April for the planning commission, but unfortunately it had lack of quorum. So that meeting was continued to the next regularly scheduled meeting date. That is next Tuesday, May 23rd. We have on that schedule for the planning commission, there's a public hearing for the Sunflower Area Plan update or the Northwest Area Plan update. As you may recall, we've been meeting with the subcommittee for the planning commission to present an update to that 1998 Sunflower Army Ammunition plan, the community and the park plan. That's an area plan for our rural comprehensive plan. We're looking to update that and essentially cancel out the old plan and update it with a rural policy area plan for that area. So we have a public hearing scheduled for next Tuesday at 5:45 in this meeting room with the planning commission to discuss that. We have had, so that'd be the first public hearing for this. We have had two public information meetings. One was on March 21st and one was on April 19th. Very well attended, good information from the public we received for that update. Tried to answer a lot of questions. We had public works staff and planning staff available for those meetings. So we'll have information to present to that planning commission meeting next Tuesday and have a public hearing. So hopefully we'll conclude that. Then if the planning commission recommends that for update, we would have that scheduled for consideration by the Board of County Commissioners at the end of June. I believe it'll probably be around June 22nd, I think is the date, but we'll finalize that next Tuesday. I'm happy to answer any questions. That's all for planning commission actions.
Jim Neese, Sean, are they going to be, you think they're going to be voting on the plan that the subcommittee did as well as the airport plan? Are they going to come together about the same time?
With the planning commission, we'll have a public hearing on the area plan for the Northwest area, with the subcommittee's recommendations. We will have an update on the airport compatibility plan update. And we'll do that as a director's report, but there's no public hearing on that action.
It won't be, it sounds, Jimmy, it sounds like it won't be at the same time. That's,
No.
Yeah, Commissioner East, we expect the update for the hearing for the airport plans to be probably sometime in late fall.
oh, okay, way down. Okay, business before the board. We don't have any. Mark, do you have a question?
No, we don't have any business.
Yeah, Jim Neese, there's no business before the board. We have any other business before the board to come this evening? Better everybody dust off your resumes. That's the case. And pardon me for being late, but it was unavoidable. Anybody have any motion to adjourn so these ladies can go home tonight?
It's Carol Kreska. I motion to adjourn.
All in favor, second,
Voice from the sky.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So adjourned, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.